reasons by type. So if you have any negative items on your credit report, collections, charge-offs, repossessions, foreclosure, bankruptcy, late payments, you name it, then this is the video that you want to watch, because I'm giving you the very specific dispute reasons by type that I use for my clients to get results every single day. Now, if you want to learn more about this, head over to vault.my740.com and get into the deep dive dispute workshop. Now, I'm going to post that link down in the description, but it's really, really simple. You can learn how to dispute rounds 1 through 6 and a bunch of other stuff, but we're going to skip right past that. And if you also want to learn how to do this, but without any of the hard lifting, then head over to liveletter.ask-kristen.com, and I do have a personal version as well as a commercial version for you to automate your disputes, and it comes with everything built into it. Okay, now let's head back over here. Now, what I want you to do is like this video if you've used any of these and have gotten results, and post in the comments what you think that I missed when I did this video and explained it to you. All right, so we're going to start with collections third party. Now, what this means is a medical account, medical collection, or a car insurance collection, or something where it's a third party that is collecting on behalf of. Okay, so it is still with the original data furnisher. Okay, so you've heard me talking about validation of debt letter series before. There are 4 letters in this series. I only use 1 through 3 because 4 is where you actually sue them, and my clients don't have to do that. So this would be sent directly to the collection agency. Okay, so I did want to make sure that I put that in here. Now, when I'm disputing with the bureaus, I also put the burden of proof on them, and I tell them that the account is unknown. Okay, obviously, if I'm disputing like, I don't know, hundreds of medical collections or, 20 medical collections, I'm not going to put unknown. No, I'm going to find other reasons that I can use specifically to dispute them, but one of the main ones is unknown. Now, do you know why we're using unknown? Well, it's really, really simple. In Cushman versus TransUnion from 1997, the congressional opinion was that the bureaus have the burden of proof, okay? The bureaus have the burden of proof, and they try to put it over on you and the creditor or the collector, and went, no. They have a very specific job, and you need to make them do it, okay? They're not going to do it for you. All right, technically third thing is the notice of dispute. Now, let's say that you've run out of things that you can use on round 1. Now we're on round 2. Some of your accounts came off, or maybe none of them came off. That's totally fine as well, because obviously this is a process. Now you can go after the notice of dispute. Now, this is the key to doing the validation of debt series, because on letter 3, we're using this magic key and we're letting them know, like, hey, I didn't even care about your proof. I care about the fact that you didn't put the required notice of dispute within 30 days, and now you're in violation and this account needs to be removed. Another thing that you can use is proving that they have no record. Now, if they had a record of this account, then obviously they would have been able to furnish documentation to validate the debt, and they never do. They never, ever do. Ever, never, ever. All right, let's head over into debt buyer collections, okay? So with a debt buyer collection, this is going to be like Portfolio, Midland, Calvary. You are not using the validation of debt series, okay? If you go back to like my first viral video from like 2017, it tells you need to be careful, and I'm going to post that link down in the description as well, and maybe even have a pop-up right here. I'm not really sure, but I'm telling you in that video, hey, you need to be careful because you don't want to put yourself in the limelight if it's still within the statute of limitations and you still owe money on that account, and say, hey, I'm trying to get my life straight. Sue me. We don't want to do that. That's another reason we most of the time don't dispute directly with the creditor, okay? We are disputing with the bureaus only, and hello, a debt buyer collection is still a collection. There should be no late payments on there, and I see them on there all the time. The account is already late, okay? There also should be no past due. Hello, the account is already past due. I remove hundreds of these accounts like this, okay? I've literally removed in my career thousands of these accounts using just these 2 dispute reasons. And obviously, we're taking the facts directly from the credit report, using our dates and our balances, and even sending parts from the credit report that prove that we are right, they are wrong, and we are supporting our claim. Now, what else do you have to remove these? Well, there's tons of stuff, but again, I'm only giving you the stuff that I know specifically for these negative items works because I get the results, okay? Date last reported. Date last reported is when the Bureau said, hey, this is verified and our investigation is done. If this date doesn't change, which most of the time it's not going to, then that means they didn't do an investigation, because if they had, guess what? That date would have been updated. All right, so date last paid, as you know, this is at the top of our hierarchy for our dispute reasons for our big guns, okay? Now, late payments when you're trying to update the account and magically have the late payments disappear. Now, does this happen? Yes, all the time. Yes, all the time, okay? Now, just a bit of a caveat here, if you're trying to remove like 120 days late, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And if you don't know how to do this, I would recommend not doing it until you head over to vault.my740.com and learn how to do this the correct way. But you can remove a 30-day late payment, a 60-day late payment, and sometimes even 90 days, but you cannot remove 120, 150, or 180 or charge off. Obviously, that cannot be fixed. The account has to be deleted. You can also go after batches. Batches meaning I was 30, 60, 90 here, I was 30 there, 30 there, 30 there, I was 30, 60, 30, 60 there. Those are batches, and that definitely can work. You're going to go after the oldest late payment, and you're going to say, hey, guess what? I was not late, because they cannot verify a late payment. Why? Do you know the answer to this? If you do, like this video and put it down in the comments. Why can they not verify a late payment? Well, obviously they would have to give up, they being the data furnisher, whoever they are, Capital One, American Express, whoever, they have to actually provide a copy of their bank statement, and they're not going to do this. This is their confidential information. They're not going to give you that information. No, they're just going to say, hey, we verified it, and that's it. Guess what? That's not legal verification. All right, moving on. Charge-offs. Now, pausing there real quick. If you don't know how to do this, please either A, learn how to do this, and I have hundreds of videos that show you how to do this the right way, or B, head over to my740.com, schedule a call with me, and I will see if I can do this for you. Remember, the longer you dispute, the harder it is to remove the negative items, and if you do it the wrong way, it's just not going to happen at all, and you're going to have to wait the full 7 years, okay? So these are the big guns that I know remove charge-offs virtually all the time, and that's because I get the results. Again, all right, men lie, women lie, but my numbers don't lie. So people can say whatever they want, but I got the numbers to prove otherwise. All right, date last active. Okay, this is the date that stipulates when your account naturally falls off your credit report. So if it's the wrong date, then it's going to fall off at the wrong time. And obviously they can re-age these dates to screw with your life. Okay, notice of dispute, we went over that up here in the first one under collection third party. But if they don't they being the bureaus, put the notice of dispute on the account within 30 days from the date they received your first dispute, then they're in violation of section 623. First date of delinquency. This is going to be the first date that you were late. All right, the older, the better, because you're going to go back super far and you're going to say, hey, I wasn't late on X date. This account needs to be removed. Obviously, if it's older, it's going to be more difficult for them to go back and verify it. Okay. Missing notice of dispute. Well, we already did that. So unfortunately, I put two of these things here when it was only supposed to be one. So I apologize about that. And we also have activity after the account was closed. If it says charge off, it should not be on there. If it says that you were late after that date, it should not be on there. And yes, this should be disputed for removal. Okay, it's a huge thing. All right, so late payments, getting rid of the account. First date of delinquency, we already went over what that was. Notice of dispute. So actually, what you can do is the same dispute reasons that you would use for charge-off can be used for accounts with late payments where you're trying to remove the entire account, okay? Going after the fact that they cannot prove any of their late payments, and a big one is inconsistency between the credit bureau reporting. And obviously, you are going to have to use proof for this. Now, the most damaging of them all is going to be bankruptcy, okay? Now, rare reporting, if you go back through my videos back to 2016, 2017, at the beginning of 2018, I was using credit check total, and for that rare reporting, the filing date would actually show a date that did not exist. Like, it literally used to show for Equifax the year 0001. No, that is absolutely outside the statute of limitations for reporting. Okay, so the major ones are going to be court name. It's never going to be the right name. Okay, so Equifax might show DIST, D-I-S-T. TransUnion may show U.S. bankruptcy court, but without the city or the state, which are going to be required. And Experian is normally going to show U.S. BK RPT or BKPT CT without the city and the state. So because of their abbreviation or the fact that they're not reporting the entire thing, U.S. Bankruptcy Court, City, State, it is inaccurate, it needs to be removed. Now, you may still find that the filing date is not correct. Okay, so if so, make sure that you go and get that removed. Okay, now you can also go after the fact that they're not going to be able to prove anything. Nothing whatsoever. You can also go after their failure to update, correct, or remove. So these are going to be the most difficult. They are the most damaging, sometimes even as much as 240 points, but they can be removed, and that is all that matters, okay? So all you need is the chance, the possibility of removal. And a lot of people think that, you know, you're obligated to these removals, these deletions, these updates, and you're not, okay? So if you don't want to wait 7 years, if you don't want to wait 10 years, then I suggest that you learn how to do this the right way. And today we went over specifically for dispute reasons by type for credit sweeps so that you can learn how to do this with a bang and get your results. All right. So again, if you want me to take over your file, head over to my740.com. If you want to check out an awesome app, Live Letter, either to do your own disputes or for some clients or friends or anything like that, head over to liveletter.ask-kristen.com or check out the store, and you can also check out the free subscriber hub. All right. So that is it for this evening. I hope you have a great one, and I will see you later. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so, and I have an awesome set of videos coming out very shortly for you. All right, I will see you tomorrow.